Okay, hopefully you can see the dash cam clearly. I'm going to start with the dash cam on and we'll be programming it. First I hit record to turn off the recording, and then I hit menu, and you may notice on the top left is a clapboard, and on the right it says video, and these are the adjustments for the video. A little later on we'll get the adjustments on settings, which is the picture of the screwdriver and a wrench next to the clapboard. But let's start with the video adjustments. When I push the mic button or the arrow down button, it doesn't show an arrow down, it says mic, it brings the selection down to resolution. If I hit the triangular button, the button with the triangle over it, I go into the resolutions, and there are choices. By hitting the mic button, which is a down button, in this case, I can pick what resolution I would like. I personally like the default, which is the 1080, so I hit the triangular button again and go back to the menu. The next selection, I hit the mic button, the down button, go to loop recording. I go into that program with the triangular button, and it gives me a choice whether I want 1, 3, or 5-minute segments. I personally like 3-minute segments, but if you like 5-minute segments, the mic button will bring you down to a 5-minute segment, or you can go up to a 1-minute segment. I'm going to keep it on my 3-minute segment. Going back to the main menu with the triangular button, and then hitting mic to the next WDR, which is wide dynamic range, which refers to the lens. That's one of the features of this unit, and it's an on or off selection. Hitting the triangular button, you see on or off. I will keep it on. If you wanted it off, just hit the up button, which is record, but I want it on. Keeping my setting, I hit the triangular button. Now I want to go down one, EV rather, which I believe is the exposure for the video. I'm not quite sure, but the default is 00. I'm happy with that. If you are more of a techie than I and want to change it, you can adjust it up with the record button or down with the mic button. I will leave it at 00. Hitting the triangular button, I'm back to the menu, and I'm continuing with the mic button. The next item is motion detection. Going into that category, it can be on or off. I like the motion detection on, so I keep it on. If you wanted it off, you could hit the record button up, but I will hit the mic button down to keep it on. Hit the triangular button, and we go on to our next item. Going down one with the mic button, says record audio. Now the default is recording. I'll hit the triangular button and get into record audio. It says on, but if you don't want your conversations recorded while the camera's working, and that's usually while you're driving, you can hit record. That'll bring it up to off, and you can leave it there. I'm keeping mine on. And hitting the triangular button, you go back to the main menu. The date stamp, going down to the date stamp, hitting the triangular button. I want my items dated, and timed so I have the date stamp on. If you wanted it off, you could hit the up button, record, and set it on that. But I'm going to leave it on and go back to the main menu, going down to the G sensor. This is when your car is hit, and I hope it isn't, but if it is hit, it will automatically, hopefully, save that section of video that it's recorded. Going into that, you have a choice of no sensitivity, that's off, low sensitivity, middle sensitivity, which I have it on, or high sensitivity. I leave it on middle sensitivity, but you can have it on high, you can have it on middle, low, or you can have it off. I'll keep mine on middle. And go back to the main menu with the triangular. Let's go to our final video adjustment, which is the M button. Going in by hitting the triangular button, it can be on or off, and this has to do with the timer lapse, which is the timer that keeps track of your video. In legal cases, if somebody is doubting the veracity of your video, you can show them the timer in the video. That timer is so precise that it will show it wasn't edited or it was one continuous video. I keep mine off. I don't expect critical legal battles. If you were a truck driver, maybe you would want that on. But for me, it's not necessary. So I leave it off. If you want it on, you can hit the mic button down, or I'll hit the record button off because I'm happy with the way it is off. Hitting the triangular button, we're back to the menu, and hitting the menu, we're back to the camera recording. But we want to get to the other settings. So let me hit record again. That will turn off the camera from recording. I'll hit menu once, twice. By hitting it twice, I moved over to the wrench and screwdriver, and it says setup. Now, the first item we go down to using the mic button. That's a down button. Date and time. Go into that. And I have it set correctly, but I will show you how this changes using the mic button. If you happen to be in the year 2018, you just hit record. I'm back in time in 2017. The month, to change the month in this case, and it took me a while to figure out, you hit the menu button. It goes to the right. And then you can change your dates, either going down or up. And it's set up for year, month, and day. So you can go down or up. Then it's a 24-hour clock. Hitting the menu button, you can set the hour up or down, going up with the record or down with the mic. You can set the minute, same way, and the seconds, same way. The bottom sets the format for the date. I want to change that, so I'll move that. I like the date reading month, day, and year, and that's how I'm going to keep it. Let's go down to auto power, hitting the mic button, which is the down button, going into auto power. Now, auto power is very easy. If you don't want your camera going all the time while you're driving, after you can set it to 1 minute, pushing the down button, which is the mic button. or 3 minutes or 5 minutes. After 1 minute, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes, the camera will automatically shut off. I like mine on all the time, so by hitting the up button, the record button, I'll leave it off. But you are welcome to set it however you want. Hitting the triangular button, we're back to the menu. And go down another one to beep sound. When I push these buttons, there's a slight beep. And when the unit goes on or off, there's a slight beep. If it annoys you or you just don't want it, you can set it to off. I happen to like it, so I keep mine on. Going back to the main menu via the triangular button, language, and as you may have noticed, I am speaking English, so I stay there. Parlez-vous français? Spanish? Portuguese, if you like. German, Italian. I'm guessing Japanese, Chinese. That's where I get lost. However, I'll keep it with English. Pushing the triangular button, I'm back to the menu. Going down more TV mode. And the TV mode, NTSC. That was the default, and I'm just leaving it there. Techies may know more about that than I do. Going down frequency, another techie type thing, 50 hertz or 60 hertz. That was 50 hertz was default, so that's where I'm staying. Back to the triangular button. Going to the mic button and down, screensaver. It can go off, it can go on 1 minute or 3 minutes. I'm keeping the screensaver off. But you could go down and have 1 minute screensaver or 3 minute screensaver. I'll leave it at off. Triangular button to the menu and going down to format. Now formatting, the micro card in the unit would be this choice. Hit the triangular button, hit the mic down which says OK, and I'm going to go ahead and format my card, although I don't need to, but I will. It says please wait, and obviously it's been formatted. So my card is clean. If there's anything on your card that you want to save, you may want to take it to your computer and copy it before you format it. The next item are the default settings. Hitting the triangular button, I'm going to cancel that, or keep it on cancel, because I don't want to go back to default settings. I have some settings that I want to keep. Hitting the triangular button, I'm back. Then going down to car number. If you have a fleet of cars, if you have a couple of cars, you may want to, and you change your cameras, or you have a whole bunch of the same cameras, you may want to number your cars. And these numbers can be changed by the microphone down or record up. You have your choice of 999,999. So if you have that many cars, you're covered. Going back, and version, going to the last item on the setup, and it just gives you Nexgadget, and mine has a number in there. Hitting the triangular button, I believe we're done. I'm hitting the menu button, and we're out of setup, and it should automatically go to recording, which it has. I hope this has helped you. You have a great day.